Welcome back, boys and girls. Today we are going to try out some new material I found around the house. You might have seen these around the house, and a lot of times people are not using them anymore, so they get thrown away. But if you cut it open, check out what is inside. Look at this really cool texture. Look at all these little lines. Of course, boys and girls, if you need to use regular paper, use it, but I'm sure you could find one of these around the house. So we need to start, okay? So find a space to write a word. We're going to start with P. Okay? So we make the curl. A. R. T. S. Plant part labels. Yes. Okay, now we need our scissors so we can cut it out. Okay, so we're going to cut it like a rectangle. So we're going to cut down, over, and sometimes I cut extra just to get it out of the way, and then look, clean it up. Okay, clean up that side. Okay, very good. So we have our plant drawing, and now we're going to add plants parts, right? So we need the other part, plant. P L A N T. Yeah, plant parts. Okay, so we have our label. That's one. So this is information text, right? So we're using our drawing and we're going to put words on it so we can see what the name of our drawing is, and so we could use it so we could learn from it. But you know, I don't think I like the size of these. They cover up a lot of the flowers. So let's go ahead and make another one, but a little bit smaller. So that might happen to you, boys and girls. If you're making this and you're cutting things out, sometimes you want to change it. Okay, so we're going to change it nice and small this time and see how it fits. Alright, let's cut it out like we did before, like a rectangle. And I'm going to change this one with the other one that was really, really big. So now we have plants and parts, and we can see more of the flower. Okay, I'm not sure about that right now, but we'll leave it there for now. Let's look at the next thing. What about this thing right here? Can anybody tell me what that thing's called? S T E M. It's the stem. Yeah. I heard somebody say it. Maybe you were thinking it. I bet you were thinking it. Okay, so we have stem. So you see on this one I just cut it out a little longer, so that way I already have the labels cut out. Okay, so you can see I keep my scraps on the side. Let's trim this one up. Okay, so stem. Okay, and then later we'll put some arrows connecting it, but that's one for the stem. Alright, and if you don't already have it, make sure you're going to have your glue later when we glue it on, okay? I have mine right here. So let's go to the next thing. What are we going to put on this next label? L E A D E S. So there's two of them, and they're the leaves. Yay! Okay, so let's cut off the excess. Okay, we got our two leaves there. Alright, let's think of the next one. So let's get our paper. Make sure we're writing it in the right spot, keeping track of our other stuff. And let's try something that comes out of the cloud. W A T E R. Water! Yeah! Okay. So that's actually not a part, but I drew it on here, so we're putting it on there as well. So that's actually one of the plant's needs, okay? So that's not one of its parts, but it's one of its needs. So you could see that happy cloud right there. He's sprinkling a whole bunch of water. Okay, so water is really important for these that we're doing right now. Okay, so try and guess what it is. So S-E-E-D-S. The seeds, yes! So when water gets on the seeds and they're in the soil, that's how the plant happens. It pops up from the water. So let's go ahead and cut this one out and we'll put it where it goes, right there in the middle of the flower. Okay, so I'm gonna trim this one up because I want it to be nice and small so you can see all the drawing. So nice and carefully trim them up. And look, this one, see, it's got so much on there. I'm gonna trim it again and make sure I get it nice and smooth. And if you ever do mess it up, make sure you remember you got extra. You can make it again. But as I'm looking around, I see I want all these to be nice and small. And okay, so we have that. So we got our seeds, parts. Still not sure exactly where I want it. Water, plants, okay. Some leaves, right? We have our stem. Let's clean that up just a little. Okay, and we're missing, ooh, I know, now what's that stuff down there? Anybody know? R-O-O-T-S. The roots, yes, that is how the plant sucks up its minerals and the water from the soil. And that's how it gets all the stuff it needs to eat. It's in the soil, it eats it from there. Kind of pulls it up. Okay. Very good. So we got our stem, our leaves, seeds, water, parts, plant parts. Okay, so we have them all. And we even got our roots. And we're just about ready. Oh, I know. I wanted to put this on there. S-O-I-L. Soil. Because that's where the roots live, inside the soil. Okay? So I wanted to put that on there. We have room, right? Ooh, look at those really cool patterns. I love them. Alright, so soil's gonna go down there where the roots are. Make sure we keep it separate so we know that the soil's in the ground and the roots are part of the tree. Okay, yeah, I think maybe we'll put the plants down here and we can move some stuff around. So now it's time to say, where do we want it? Do we want everything? Where do we want to put everything before we glue? Once we glue, it's there. But before then, we could change it. So you can change yours how you want, but it needs to make sure it stays next to what it's telling us about. So plant parts is the title, so that's fine. Down at the bottom. But we're going to start with stem, and I'm going to make sure it's covered. And you can see that I'm not gluing on my table, so I use the plastic that was in my envelope that we cut up, and now it's glued down. Okay, so that one's not moving. Okay, so I take my thing over here, make sure I don't make a mess with my glue, and I put it on my plastic. Maybe you use a paper plate or plastic candy wrapper or plastic something. Okay, and remember, wherever you glue this, it's up to you, but wherever you glue it, make sure it's close to what it's talking about. And it can't move after you glue it, right? Unless maybe if you picked it up right away, but. And, okay, so roots, making sure, I'm gonna put them right on top of the roots. Okay, roots on both sides. Okay, soil. Okay, we put the soil on the side next to all those little dots of soil particles. Get some water stuck down, put some glue on it. And you see, you don't need a lot of glue, just enough to cover the paper so it doesn't move. Okay, sometimes we like to glue a lot, and that's not good because it'll take forever to dry. Alright, so we put that on there. See, there's not enough on that one, so see? Too little is not good, and too much is not good. You want to get just right. Okay, seeds. Now, root soil. We got the title of the whole thing. Oh yeah, this is the title. This explains the whole thing all together. Plant parts. So make sure it's nice and neat, ready to go. Okay. And now I'm going to make sure I don't mess up my table, so I'm going to do it on the plastic. Glue it. Okay. Hearts. And hearts. And hearts. Okay. Sorry, you can't actually see that so much. Alright, but you know what it says. Okay, so now we get to pick up all of our mess, and we have made our information diagram. So, you know what? I almost forgot. Let's put the arrows. So this little arrow is for the stem, so we know that that's the stem. This one's for the leaves. Making sure we're pointing to them because we want to make sure that we don't get confused. So soil is going to be all around the roots. Point to maybe some of the little rocks or the minerals in the soil. Okay, very good. Point it on as many as you want. Just make sure it doesn't get too confusing. Okay, now we're going to point at the roots. Okay, we're pointing at those. Seeds, we're kind of on top of the seeds, so we don't need an arrow there. And we'll point to the water. Okay, look at that, boys and girls, we're getting done. Our final touches is our artist name or our name. Oh, I made it too low. Oh, I'm sorry, boys and girls. But that is Mr. Joshua. Okay, and then I'm going to put 2020 because that's the year, and then I'm putting April because that's when we made it. Alright, boys and girls, awesome work. Okay, so you could see I'm finished there, and we are done. Congratulations, good job, boys and girls. Alright, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, subscribe for updates, and share with your friends. And I thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.